introduction, be informed that I am Adibare Echimakide. I'm not the only anchorman on the program. My co-presenter is...
My name is David Ojo, and it's always a lovely time when we discuss issues that interest the nation. And this time around, the December is on already. The Ember month is almost ending, and this is December. A lot of things will be happening, especially in December, on our roads. And that's the reason why we are here today to discuss so many things that we need to know, and viewers out there need to know, on how to take care of themselves and how to take care of their cars, especially the transporters when they travel. Things that they need to know, and so that we won't record any accident, especially this yellow tide period. My name is David Ojo, and definitely Adibare will definitely introduce our guest this day.
Our guest of the program today is Sector Commander, Federal Road Safety Corps, Osho State, in person of Corps Commander Paul John Ogbe. You're welcome on the program.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It's also be here.
They'll be providing useful aids on road safety in the country. Let me start with this question. Why emphasis is always placed on accident prevention, especially during the Ember months?
Yes, thank you very much. Once again, I want to appreciate your station for finding it worthy to interview me today. I've always been a friend of your organization, and also to appreciate you for the good work you are doing for educating our people in Osun State, especially at borders on road issues.
Thank you for that.
Thank you very much. Yes, let me start by saying that why the FRSC decided to have a campaign during the Ember month is basically because we discovered from research that this is a period that you'll find a lot of our people in Osun State and also across the country travel to see loved ones. And so there's a high vehicular movement between the north and south of this country. And you know, Osun State also being a gateway between the north and south, where the state also have become very critical during the period like this. This is the reason why most times we roll out all our equipment and personnel to be at every point that we view as either a black spot or as a point where we have traffic jam and so on, so that we can ease some of these things for our people to travel, so that they don't spend so much man hours on the road. And that is why we know that there's any myth surrounding the Ember month, but we feel that this is the time that we have more people and more vehicles on the road. Thank you.
So how ready is FRC?
Yes. FRSC, Osun Sector Command, and all the component commands we have, which includes IFE Command, Ipetu, Ilesha, and many others, which I'm sure you are aware of. We are very ready. The operation starts today, and if you go to town, you also see some traffic points, and then the patrol men, our patrol personnel, are also on the road. If you go to Kero Road now, we are carrying out a special patrol there, and especially on the 20th, we are also carrying out a special intervention sensitization campaign at Iwaraja Junction, very close to Ilesha, because if our findings have also shown that Iwaraja Junction has become a point where we lose so many people who travel on that corridor from the Ibadan, Lagos and so on towards Akure. Because of the route violation that most of them engage in there, you find a lot of motorists, instead of being on their lane, that go embark on the route violation, what we call facing oncoming vehicles.
Okay, what are the factors that contribute to road mishaps in the country?
Yes, let me say that we also look at it that first and foremost, one of the reasons that you have also of these road traffic crashes is the attitude of our people, attitude of all of us.
Are you to describe that?
Yes, that we do not want to obey laws, simple laws. Simple as the traffic law, people do not want to obey it.
Maybe you're not educating them more.
We are doing that, we've been doing that over the years. But you find people go to drink alcoholic drinks and then they misbehave. Even those who do not drink, who are not, they just, you know, if you look at the average attitude of our people, this idea that you know me and the rest. And that is why we are calling on leaders to ensure that they show example. Because you find that during this period, you find those who have, who drive in convoy, trying to break, simple traffic jam that will be eased up by our men and other personnel of other agencies. Just to have patience. You see, their drivers, violating the traffic rules and embarking on one way and all of that. There must be patience. Once you have patience on the road, all of this traffic jam will not be there. So we are appealing to everyone that will use the road in Osun State during this period and also going beyond the end of it. To be patient on the road so that they can arrive alive to meet their family well. It is unfortunate that people are dying on the road. And we're engaging with the transport unions. In fact, I'm visiting the parks again. I did all of that along with our commanders at the various locations in the state when we flagged up our empowerment. We're going to do it again and we'll continue to do that. To engage with the transport unions and the drivers to continue to talk to them.
Okay, we shall coming back to what efforts your commission is doing to check the road mishaps on the highways. We still recognize that speeding, overspeeding and overcrowding, they are part of the factors that contribute to accident, among others.
Yes.
So, how do you react on that?
Yes. You know that we have what we call the radar guns. We check the speed and all of that. We are expecting some of them from the headquarters. They were sent there for calibration, and the headquarters have promised to deploy this equipment, including so many other gadgets that will aid our operation, especially this period. We also appeal that people do not engage in speeding because you see even within the city, you'll find motorists trying to speed, where even built up areas. And all of this also, like I said, is tied to impatience, is tied to attitude of all of us. So, and that is why we have continued to also carry our campaigns to schools, so that the young children will also guide their parents when they are in such vehicles in there. But we appeal to everyone to be patient right on the road. The rush on our roads is just too much. These are things you don't find in other times. And to have zero crash is very possible. Very, very possible. And that's how we achieve in some countries.
All right, let me just bring you back a bit. You talked about some convoys just doing whatever they can do on the road, just to mess up the road, and you just said you are appealing. Is there any law that guides all this?
Yeah, there are laws that guide this.
Are you not making it?
We are part of our strategy also. One of our strategies is also to engage with those leaders, especially those within our jurisdiction. And fortunately today I will be visiting some of those leaders. I'm sure you are aware that we constantly engage with the executive arm of government and also the judiciary and the legislature. These are all people that we talk with from time to time. And they will join us to continue to ensure that other leaders obey traffic rules when they're on the road. Because their families are waiting for them. That is the most important.
All right.
All right. Okay.
Sorry, before you ask your question. There's this thing that really bothers me, and I need to ask you today.
Yeah.
The private cars, if they're not putting on their seatbelts, you ask them to park, and you look at them, and if they are culpable of that penalty, you will charge them. But you don't do that you hardly do that to public transportation.
That's commercial.
Oh yes.
No. The law covers everyone that use the road. Yes. Even those who drive in convoy. Yes. I'm sure that you know that even the drivers who drive the vehicles are also under people.
But can't you?
And there are always sanctions.
I think you need to explain, because some people just feel seatbelt is fun.
No.
Seatbelt is just like a designer in a particular car. Let us know what the seatbelt is meant for.
Yeah, it's actually a respect. It's a body respect while you're in the car. And you know that if you have asked around, you have testimony of those persons who, in the course of any crash, that the seatbelt, have shared. I also have that testimony personally. It was seatbelt that saved my sister in the course of a crash some years back around a career. Yes, if not for the seatbelt that she had never putting on, it would have been terrible. It was because of that incident. What happened was that somebody was just crossing the road, and that is why even pedestrians, those who drive on the road, will always request that they watch very well and ensure they carry out traffic drills on the road before they cross the road. Look left, right, and right again left before you cross, to ensure that the road is free for you to use. So the body, the seat belt is very critical. It has saved life, because there's no part of the vehicle, that is not useful. So the manufacturer know the reason for having that seat belt. And so we want to enjoin our people in Osun State that the moment they go on the road, they should use the seat belt. And the commercial drivers, like you said, once they don't use the seat belt, they are also contraband and they go, for that offense. And that is why, largely, like I said, public enlightenment and advocacy are part of the critical work that we do. Yes, we will continue to talk to the people and also continue to enforce. But our prayer is that all of us should obey these laws. Once we obey the laws, then there will be no enforcement, and then you have a saner society. That is it.
All right, other factors that contribute to road mishaps, if you agree with me, improper turning. Yes. Road rage on the part of the drivers, the others getting annoyed.
Yes.
And we have animal crossing.
That is it.
And as well, we also have unsafe lane changes on the highways.
Yes.
What useful hints do you have for road mishaps to mitigate road mishaps in the country?
Yes. You see, like I was saying, all boils down to the people. Because if you look at it, if you look at the road traffic crash, any road traffic crash, the human factor is almost 90% of the RTC. So that means all is about the human being, the driver, to ensure that he's at alert at one moment during the course of any journey, whether in the town. The moment you go into your car and you move it, know that it's a serious business. But why we have all of these, like I keep saying, is still the attitude about it. People don't view it as any serious thing. That is a machine that can, that if you know, all of your body system is not as alert, that you can always, lose control. So, road rage, animal crossing, and all of that. We must always look out for animals that are crossing, for pedestrians, and the rest. A lot of our motorists don't respect those who ride there, because as it is now, we have motorcyclists also riding, cyclists and all of that on the road, and then we have the pedestrians and the rest.
what are other preventive measures towards mitigating traffic crashes?
Yes, is to abstain from drinking and driving. Is to ensure that you at home with all the laws that guide motoring. Sorry?
We adhere strictly to the traffic rules and regulations.
Yes, adhering to the rules and regulations. Once you do that, then you know that you arrive safely at your destination.
All right. Back in the days, I was once a victim of it.
All right.
I don't know whether it's still applicable.
Yes.
Back in the days, when you violate laws in the Road Safety Commission, they'll bring you to their station. Apart from paying the fine,
Yes.
there's a particular visual or videos that you watch for about an hour or two. Is that still, that campaign still applicable?
Yes.
Because what I see most times now is just people come here, pay their fine and go, and at the same time they go back and violate the laws again.
Let me inform you that that was when the FRSC started initially. There have been other strategies, and even that, it's not as if we have done away with it. Yes. I'm sure you know that we carry out roadshows, sensitization program, like I was just telling you, to ensure that we get more people into the campaign. It's not, like I said earlier, it's not as if we have done away with that. We still have all of the, if you go to our public enlightenment hall, now, when we go to the ground floor, you will see the television set there, and you will find
people there.
No, the people is not just, you gather them at the time and talk to them. You understand? It's not that, because when they come, you give them a specific time to come. So now that you are here, you may not see them. Because maybe the time they have given to all of them to come is not now. Yes, but I want to assure you that we are tackling that through so many angles. Yes. So we are not just using with just one approach to public enlightenment now. That is it.
All right. My colleague just said something about factors responsible to deaths, especially in Kembamo.
Yes.
I think one of the factors to example overloading. We find out that during festive period like this, you see lots of cars, especially those that are going to the east. They love spending their Christmas in the eastern part of this country. What are you doing as a commission to make sure that overloading is, taking off, especially during this?
That is why you can see that I keep talking about attitude of our people. Whether it's overloading, whether it's speeding, whether it's road violation, whether all the other traffic infractions that you see that lead to traffic crashes, is all about attitude. And like I said, all of the things you have mentioned, overloading and all that, these are things that we check on a daily basis. You understand?
Oh, yeah.
When you drink and drive, it's also a major traffic infraction. And that is why we deploy breathalyzers and the rest at all times to check drivers. This system started about something years ago.
Oh, yes.
And you can see that we keep talking, we keep educating, we keep enforcing. We are working towards a goal where we will have zero crashes and see all our people drive safely on the road. That will be the happiness of all of us. So anyone who engages in the overloading and the rest, because they know those are major issues that we look at, they'll be contravened. And that is why we are on the road. We are on the road for several reasons. Public enlightenment, advocacy, and also for enforcement and all of that. All of them put together is what we are doing.
Some of the vehicles that apply the highways, they are road unworthy.
Yes.
What role is your commission doing?
We have carried out so many special operations, and every day we do that. When we say special operations, these are times we set out to look at specific, traffic infractions. like unworthy vehicles, there's something we tag rickety vehicles and the rest of it.
What do you do on such occasions?
Oh, well, we impound them and they are booked, and then we ask the motorist to go fix that vehicle, or again we arrest the vehicle. Because the law do not permit us to keep that vehicle until the vehicle is, refurbished in our premises. Because the same people will say the FRSC have now turned these premises to a mechanic workshop and all of that. So if we arrest you and you go and we release you after you have paid your fines to government, then you do not do that, we see you again tomorrow, we arrest you. We keep arresting you until you obey the law. Because you know that it is money you are paying to government, money that they should have used in feeding their families. So let them do the right thing.
All right, in the past,
yes,
it was observed during that time, the people, especially the road users, they are always afraid of the FRSC personnel compared to situation nowadays. What goes wrong?
No, people are still afraid of FRSC. They are still afraid.
Because in those days,
yes,
people will not bother to turn back from where they are coming from.
Yes. But I want to assure you that up to now, people are still, and again, we do not want motorists to be afraid of us. We are Nigerians like that. Our citizens, like that. All we want them to do is to just do the right thing. You know that our population have grown over. If you look at the period, when the FRSC came in and now, the population has also grown. The number of vehicles, have increased tremendously. We are aware of that. So the issues are becoming more, but we are not relenting. We'll continue to do our best. Because we also know that the FRSC government has been so gracious, we are recruiting more men, and then we are deploying more equipment to ensure, because you know that we are going to the era of technology. If you go on the road now, you see our men using their e-tablet. We are going away from the manual booking of traffic offenders. I'm sure you must have seen the e-tablet that our men now use.
How far has that one helped?
Oh, it's helping a lot, because the moment a traffic offender is arrested and his details of the vehicle is put in there, all his details about him will come up. Yes. His address and everything about him will come up. And we also have the National Vehicle Insurance Scheme in the area of the state, where all the vehicles are going to registered are uploaded to the portal. And where we are going is that we are praying that very soon we're working with the Commercial New Vision is to see how we will have less contact on the road. We will have all our this, and then we'll monitor, and then we can pick using the FBI platform. Yes, so that is where to go. I'm sure that is what is done across the globe. I mean, in the developed.
Yeah, you just talk about CCTV now.
Yeah.
What are you doing as a commission to make sure that even in Osun State here, you have CCTV, all that, so that you won't have one of your personnel outside? Because when you see what the CCTV says, it's easier to catch offenders than running after the offenders. So what's the commission doing?
What the commission can always do is always engage the government to do that. Because it is the state that will have to put up such infrastructure. And that infrastructure will also help the police, will help the KSS, and help all of us, security-wise, traffic-wise, and the rest. So we are working with the state government, and the commercial and his team, management are working with other state government. We are believing that will come to stay, and once that is done, once the government of every state see the need for that, and it's done, you see that security issues and traffic issues will definitely reduce.
All right, you just talk about security issues now.
Yeah.
So what role is your commission playing to promote national security, especially in Osun State?
No, very great. And you know that the FRSC is part of the Security Council in the state. We are always giving our input at short meetings, chaired by His Excellency the Executive Governor. And most times, we have always drawn the attention that the modern security is driven by intelligence. And we have our men on the road. I'm sure you know, we see most of the crime are committed on the road. And so we debrief our men on a daily basis. We have an intelligence unit. I'm sure you also know that we have a surveillance unit also, we carry out surveillance and all of that. So all of this information that we harvest, we cascade them to other security agencies that are supposed to deal with them. Yes, because even you too can share intelligence with us.
Oh, yes.
That is it. So our men are there, we keep telling them that they must come up with intelligence reports, while on patrol, and even in their houses, information they gather, they should share it with the office. That's what we're doing. We're doing it all. Yes.
All right, still talking about how agent you have.
Yes, how will you react to attitude of Nigerians to victims of traffic crashes on the road? Because at times, as they happen at times, you see people just going on their own business, not bothered to wait. How do you describe their attitude? What is expected of them in such a situation?
Yes, I will want to commend the attitude of our people in Osun State, and especially where we cover, to say that many times when road traffic crashes occur, you find the people trying to lend a hand. But we also keep saying that when such things happen, they should, get to agencies that are responsible so that they can quickly come. We have ambulance service, we have also the whole ambulance and all of that, working together with other separate agencies to get there and rescue them, because they may not be knowledgeable, in the act of rescue operation. Because if you are not careful, if you are, you just jump in there and want to, cause some other, body harm to that victim. So, but again, we do not want every passerby, motorist, to stop there, because, you may have the issue of crowd, to contend with them, and that will not help the victim, because they need to evacuate them immediately. So we do not also, we expect that few of them will stop to lend hand, but not to have a large crowd that will become uncontrollable and also cause another damage too. So when you find few people around, others can please drive off.
Okay, how will you react or describe the intervention of the health personnel to victims of accident on the highways?
Yes, in Osun State, we have had a very good cordial relationship with so many of the hospitals around, in all the locations. We have not had issues of rejection or accident issues. No. We are working very well with the enemy. The Nigerian Medical Association, they were here, the crossing call was paid to us, and we're always engaging with all the regular members. Yes, the doctors are critical, all nurses, all medical personnel. I want to assure you that in Osun State, we don't have that issue. We have a robust relationship.
All right, my colleague said the other time that there are some vehicles that are not road, they are road involved.
Yes.
And one of the things that I've seen so far, I know you must have seen it as well, is expired tires.
Yes.
People use a lot of expired tires. And in fact, I was told, I don't know how far it's true, you give us a better understanding of that, that even some of your men use expired tires to move around the roads. What are you doing to make sure that, especially during December month, people will go and travel with good tires and not expired tires?
Yes.
And what are the penalties?
Yes, you know that the tire, like other components of the vehicle, is also very critical to the free movement of that vehicle. So we have most times carried out campaigns of tire, even in Osun State, working with the tire association in the state. They are the sole cooperative. At every moment, at every opportunity that we have, we always tell the people to ensure that they have good tires. Just yesterday, I was speaking to somebody at one of the ministries, and because that thing came up about the economic situation, and I said, no, go see the association in Ajibume, that we always discuss with the chairman to give, some, kind of, room for people who come to them to pay the money, instrumental. That's arrangement the association is always ready to do. But you see, a lot of people think that getting a used tire is the best. For me, it's something like penny wise pound foolish, because those tires don't last, and those tires can, could easily get busted at any time. Because these are tires that have been overused, some in Europe, and also the weather there is not the same with our weather. And also our people need to know that using a used tire is not the best. It's not economical at all, because one is not going to last in a number of years, because new tires have expiry dates. They last for some time. Sometimes from the manufacturing date, it's like 4 years. But to get a used tire, how long is that going to be? And the price of that is also up. So for our staff, as we said, use a used tire. I don't know where I've not seen that. I hope it's not in the room of me, because you know, we are not saying that we are saints, but any of our staff who we see with that, as far as we're concerned,
they will say,
you'll be concerned. My staff are here, they will tell you that I've had cause to book some of our staff here. Yes, for one reason or the other. Wow. I'm saying it. Okay. So any of them who drive with something, tires, who will be booked. We are not above the law. When we are saying our people to obey the law, we too should be seen to be obeying those laws. Yes. We will not FRC, I'm sure you know it's a world-class organization, and we are driving that and making sure that we keep our heads high.
Okay, when a motorist experiences a tire blowout or burst,
yes,
what is expected of him to do in such a situation?
Yes, you not panic. Yes, because you can't be a lily-livered driver and say you want to drive. Once you are not in the right frame of mind, then don't drive. So when it happens, which we don't pray for, that motorist, that driver should be strong and be focused. It should not match the brake. Yes, it should allow that vehicle to lift off his legs from the accelerator and let the vehicle roll. And as it keeps rolling, it definitely, as it slows down, then you can now, you can press the brake and take off your. It's not like when you see a bottle, you don't need to just match the brake and suddenly, all you just need to do is just press, as you're pressing, you're lifting your leg in there. So it will enter and come out.
Okay, do passengers have any role to play
at
mitigating road mishaps?
No. The passengers, a lot of them have been the cause of even road traffic crashes that we have. Because we have seen situation where a driver, we told a situation where a driver will be engaging in speeding, and then you find some passengers telling the other passenger who are cautioning the driver that we are in the body, if you're not in the body, please you get out. So passengers have been, some of them, not all, some have been very good. Some have been very good. They ensure that drivers don't engage in all fashion. Some have even reported some drivers to our people while on the road, or to even to policemen at checkpoints and military men. Situations like that our men have even stopped some driver and asked some passengers to get out. So passengers, some just go into the vehicle and just begin to sleep instead of monitoring what the driver is doing. So all of this, everyone must be at alert. You must be part of the driving to ensure that you caution the driver at every point that you see that he's either trying to doze off. And most of the crashes that happen in our country is that most of the drivers don't rest. Some, when they're back on the journey, they come back, they go to a pub to start drinking, and then at 5 they wake up, and then you see them there sleeping on the cell. And these are things that, and this is what we keep telling you, discussing with the union management and all the drivers that will visit at the motor park, that they should think of their children and wives at home. And also the passengers that they also carry, and other pedestrians on the road. Because the road, is there for all of us to use. That's it.
All right. Still talking about the Ember month and the commission that we had to play. Yeah. And it's been lovely having a chat with you. But I want to ask, do your commission, does your commission have a quick response, especially when accident comes? In police, they say this, before you know it, you have a phone number that people can call to if there's an accident and they want you to be there to probably see the situation at hand. Do you have such a...
Yes. like my number is on the internet, and people call me from time to time.
I'm not talking about your number.
Okay, yeah, you also know I'm just coming, but you know that my number is there, that they call from time to time. I'm sure you're aware.
Definitely.
Yes, if you have the people of Oshu State, those who have been called, they will tell you that yes, they have been calling the commander, and it's around 24 hours. In fact, our work is 24 hours. I'm sure you know.
Oh, yeah.
Call me at any time. You have my number. Call me at any time and see if I will not be. Call me like 5, even if it's 2 a.m. But phone is by me. Yes. Thank God, I think. So, and aside that, we have the 122, which is, you know, that you can call, it's toll free, and you can call from anywhere. And then it's outside the airport, and then they will reroute that call to the nearest command of FRSA across Nigeria.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
We have a robust communication.
do you see necessity for erecting bomb in strategic places? How safe is such?
Yes, you know, the law does not permit the construction of bombs, you know, to slow vehicles down on all of this road highway, especially. Yes, people.
But we see a lot of them.
Yes,
even
you know,
in Osun State.
yes, you know, that is what I was saying. That speed breakers are not actually allowed. But you see, you know, when most of the Muslims, like we talked about speeding, people not, you know, using common sense driving and using common sense speed, you know, the people too have decided to, you know, to take the laws into their hands by constructing those speed breakers in some locations. I'm sure recently you are aware of what happened at KG, and also when the road was blocked for several hours by the people in the village there, or that settlement, because somebody, a pedestrian crossed at different time. And then, so when you go there, you see large portion that have been done up, you know, and we've been engaging with FEMA and the Federal Ministry of Works to see how we engage the community. So we have started engaging the community. Our commander at Ipetu, Ijesha, you know, I've been on the TV yesterday that he was here. We discussed that. So I'll discuss with FEMA and Federal to see how we can, you know, do something that will not be like a speed breaker, that the people will also, you know, try to avoid that. But so likely, we expect the people to always carry out traffic drills when they are crossing the road at every place.
Okay, what are your solutions on teenage driving as well as that of night driving?
Well, for night driving, why is the right of every citizen of Oshu State to drive at night, especially leaving one town for another? We will continue to advocate and, you know, that our people travel early and get to their homes early. Especially considering that we have pockets of insecurity here and there. And also that driving at night is more dangerous. And that at night, help will not come too quickly. So it is better that they travel in the day. Yes.
Okay, what other advice do you have for Nigerians, as especially during this youth time?
Yes, that they should please join us to ensure safe motoring across the state, so we can have zero crash during this period and going beyond. Now, this is very possible.
All right, before we let you go, because time is not with our friend when we talk about road issues, and especially when we talk with you. There is this thing that just came to me now. The Okada riders. A lot of people say they are terrible people, but I still don't want to agree with that. What are you doing as a commission to make sure that we don't have lots of accidents? Because we see them in the hospital. This one will just pick a bicycle and start riding without license, without number plates, without all those things. And they don't use it to travel interstate. What's your commission doing about this?
Yes, you know, it is the law permits the the use of motorcycles on our road. Just like we have pedestrians and all of that. But there are also rules that guide the usage of the road, like even the motorists that you have. Yes, I know that some people have termed motorcycle riders, especially those that use them for commercial purposes, as terrible. But who will not go with that? All they can say is that we will continue to guide their operation, their usage of the road, like we're also going to motorists, pedestrians, and all Nigeria and citizens of Osun State. So we will continue to guide them. Recently, we will carry out a rally, involving the motorcycle mechanics, because they are their closest friends, because they repair their motorcycles, to see how they will keep join us to talk to them to use the road right. So the issue of Okada riders, motorcycle riders as it is something that is always on the table. In fact, in my office can give you the flyers, we just be able to continue to distribute when we're back and we'll show them. So it's a continuous thing. Even December month, again, we have been doing that, but we also carry out more sensitization for motorcycle riders in conjunction with their unions before the year runs out, and also going to the new year 2023. So we are not giving up on anyone that is using the road. That is our business.
What useful hints do you have for the pedestrians who also work on the road?
Yes. My advice to pedestrians is that they should not forget themselves when they are on the road. They should be at alert. And if they need to cross the road, they must also engage with traffic drills. Left, right, before they cross. And there is no need to run across the road. They should be patient. That is the attitude that I talk about. Let them be patient. The vehicles will pass through. And because a lot of our people are not patient when they are on the road. And then people rush and all that. They don't know what they're rushing to go and do. So we should go with time, and then, for every situation we should be patient before we decide to do whatever we want to do. So either crossing the road and driving, you must be patient. So once attitude change, you see that everything will get better.
Okay, how will you rate the level of compliance to traffic signs on the highways?
Yes, that area, you know that a lot of our people still don't want to know about it, but you know that we have the highway code, we have all the educational material to educate them on which sign is this, and also, we're engaging with government to ensure that as they build the road, they put up more road signs and the rest. That we discuss with the State Ministry of Works at all times. Also one of the challenges is that when these road signs are installed, we have some miscreants who go to just vandalize them for their own personal selfish interest. But we'll see going forward how government can use concrete to put some of those things. But they will be there for us, but to also keep educating our people to read road signs and also kilometer radius and all that. Because those are all part of road furniture that will make our roads better for everyone to use. And I also want to especially appeal to parents of teenagers and everyone that need to use the road, because if you are 18 and above, you can be licensed. That they should talk to their children not to go drinking and driving in there, because if you see them, you contravene them. I know one of the attitudes that was one other thing that I was telling you about attitude is that when you arrest a motorist who have misbehaved, you begin to see people come to beg, coming from everywhere, and this commander arguments. You know that once we issue the ticket, it cannot be cancelled by the commander. So we want to appeal to them to please refrain from unnecessary begging for people who take laws into their hands unnecessary, so we can have a better society.
All right, before we let you go, your final thoughts on the projection of this commission in the next 5 years?
Yes, obviously.
Yes,
yes, that is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, when you say, I can always speak for Osun State, I'm the Senate commander here. Well, I want to assure you that if even though I do not know if I'll be here for that period that I was saying, that while we are here, all we are doing is to build, a platform that anyone who even come after, we build on what we have laid on ground, to continue to speak to the people, continue to work with the people, to ensure that we'll have better road culture in the state.
What are the required steps to take by motorists before embarking on a journey?
Yes, you know that every day a motorist is supposed to engage in what we call morning parade. Just like you do morning parade on yourself, the vehicle also need to have that, checking your water, checking your oil level, checking your tires, not just using your leg to hit it, no. If possible, if you do not have that simple gauge, you go to a organizer once in a while for that to gauge the tires. Once the water level, oil level, and all this are okay, if it's during the rain season, the wipers must be very functional, and so all of this. And then as you move, you have to put on your seat belts. Your passenger have to put your seat belts. Even at the back seat, there are seat belts. But people just try to ignore that. No. All of those things that have been put in the vehicle are for one reason or another.
Okay, shortly,
very good reasons.
Shortly, what's the importance of having a fire extinguisher in one's vehicle?
Oh, fire extinguisher is very important because you see that others who have fire extinguisher have come to the aid of those who do not have post signs on the road. So I want to also enjoy everyone that is for their own good, even though it's a traffic offense on which we contravene traffic offenders for. First and foremost is for their own good. Because when there's a spark or whatever, and we know what they can tell what time it can happen. Because people have lost very expensive cars to fire. Simple thing that they would have brought up in the fire situation. When they think of buying fuel to put it in a car to move around, they don't think of fire extinguisher, but it's very important. Very important. I feel to all. Okay, have this. But if you don't have it,
not expired.
No, not expired.
You see people putting having fire extinguisher in their car, but they expired.
Because they don't check. So these are all things that's part of the vehicle that every motorist is supposed to check from time to time. Yes, because the gauge is there. And so when you look at it, you are not sure of it. You can only stop at the fire service at Tabele or Okefia or anywhere to ask them. They will tell you what it is. But you see, it's the same attitude. You know, when a lot of us are chasing naira, we don't look at the things that will help us to see that we live a good life and also to keep that naira in place. That's
well, that's a good one. And before you sign the program of Ejima, that means you're going to spend Christmas in Ocean State, and we're going to eat the chickens here with you.
You know that for all of us who are commanding officers and who are staff of FRSC, across board today, this person will not travel when it is due time like this. Whether it's Christmas, whether it's Salah, we don't travel because we have to hold the road for others to travel. I have to also ensure that we make the road safe. So we are on ground.
So that means our chicken are...
So very good.
All right, guys, we have been deliberating on mitigating road mishaps in the country. You will agree with me that it has been educative, revealing, and exciting. This is the complete point to wind down the program. Special thanks to the FRSC boss, Mr. Paul. Thank you for your contributions on the program.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
We look forward for more of such in the nearest future.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
All right. Let me also say that to viewers that and the other road users that we should always comply with the rules and regulations guiding traffic on the highways. From me here, I'm wishing you a wonderful weekend. I am Adebare David.
I would say that make use of the road very well. Don't overload, don't overspeed. These are some of the things that the Commission is trying to let the public know. and let us help them so that we can even help ourselves. Well, special thanks to the producer of this program, Akinola Olabi, and the executive producer of this program, Rashid Folaram. Well, that's our convenient sport. Just like my colleague has said, it's been a wonderful time having a chat with the commander of FRSC, Paul John Hope. We thank you so much, sir, for honoring our interview.
Thank you very much.
From us, it's bye for now. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.